Omo, it's like this beef between Yaya Touré and Pep Guardiola is not ending anytime soon. Because I remember the days of Pep Guardiola and Yaya Touré in Barcelona. It was a tug of war. It was a tug of war because Pep Guardiola preferred a certain player over Yaya Touré. What happened between Yaya Touré and Pep was because of the Busquets resurgence. Now, when Busquets came in from Team B to join the first team of Barcelona, it became a different thing for Yaya Touré. And you know Pep values technicality over strength. It doesn't mean that you having muscles or whatever, he will choose you. As long as you have what he wants and you can deliver. I think that was the case of Pep, that was the case of Yaya Touré and Busquets. Now, this is what is trending online now, where Yaya Touré destroyed Pep Guardiola. According to this article, it said Yaya Touré destroyed Pep Guardiola. The Barcelona coach calls me at the time and says, "You have to come back. It is important." My wife tells me, "You are really going to listen to that nonsense? He humiliated you and now he wants you to stay. Are you going to stay? Let's go to Manchester, my brother." The guy didn't play me the whole year. And at the end of the year, I shine at the World Cup and then he brings me to Barcelona. My wife would say, "Him? Shaitan. He's not a man. He's a snake. He's evil." She sees him as a negative person. That is what Yaya Touré is talking about, that his wife sees Pep Guardiola as a snake, as an evil man. You see, according to this now, he said that Pep did not play him for a whole 1 year. And that same year, he went to the World Cup and shined. So after shining, the Pep called him to come back to Barcelona. Then he refused. I think this World Cup now should be the World Cup in 2010 World Cup. If I'm not mistaken, that should be 2010 World Cup because I remember that Barcelona and Manchester United played final in 2009, where Barcelona defeated Manchester United in Rome 2-0. And I think that was after that tournament. The following year was World Cup, which South Africa hosted. I think that's the World Cup he's referring to. So I just want to assume here that does it mean that this thing that happened like over a decade ago is still what Yaya Touré is still carrying in mind? Because I remember that after that happened in Barcelona and eventually left Barcelona to Manchester City, Pep Guardiola also met him in Manchester City after he signed for Manchester City. They played together, though they didn't play that much, maybe due to he was aging and all of that. Pep inherited a squad that was just old and he needed to let some players leave. So I don't understand why this thing is still a thing with Yaya Touré. That to the point that his wife now called Pep Guardiola a snake and an evil man. Well, I don't understand that some players might be going through some difficulties and some, some issues, right? But I never really believe that this thing will still have an impact to Yaya Touré to date, to the point that it now becomes an inherited beef that has to transfer from him to his wife. Now, calling a man as decent and as humble as Pep Guardiola, calling him an evil man, all of that, I don't think it's ideal and I don't think it's good, right? Don't say I'm trying to protect Pep Guardiola. It's not that maybe he's not a good man or whatever, but at least to an extent, you can see that this man has actually, done a lot. And this is a man who prefers technicality over strength. Pep prefers a man or a player who can give him what he wants. That is why you see the likes of Busquets excel so much in Barcelona. Because Busquets, you don't really need anybody to tell you. If you keep Yaya Touré, keep Busquets. In terms of preference, you will choose Busquets. And this is something that him as a coach have seen in both of them. So there's no how you're going to choose Yaya Touré. And remember, it's not as if he benched Yaya Touré all through. It could be he wanted Yaya Touré to choose another position. There are some games that Yaya Touré had to deputize as a centre back in some games, like the Champions League final between Barcelona and Manchester United. In that same game, I saw Yaya Touré play as a defender. And even against Chelsea, I saw Yaya Touré being played as a defender. So all these things are things that normally comes up in the game of football. So I don't know why this thing become an issue for something that happened decades ago. Right? So well, that is what I want to share with you guys. You guys tell me what to think about this in the comment section. Let's go.